What's up guys, the Snowman here back with a tennis informational video today. It's grass court season, so I wanted to explain the pros and cons of playing tennis on grass as opposed to clay or hard court. I've already made a general video comparing the three main surfaces, but today we'll be focused on grass court play specifically. So how does playing on grass affect things like the speed of the court, the bounce of the ball, and just general overall strategy of the game? Let's jump in. And before we talk about how the grass courts impact playing style, let's go over what kind of grass we're talking about. The Wimbledon Championships in London is the biggest grass court tennis tournament throughout the year. It's the only grass Grand Slam on the annual calendar. Wimbledon uses courts that are made of 100% perennial ryegrass, meticulously cut and maintained to a height of 8 millimeters. And they used to have a combination of grasses, but they found that 100% ryegrass better for durability and wear and tear throughout a long 2-week event. Most of the other grass events throughout the year are played on a very similar surface like in Halle, Stuttgart, and others, 100% rye. And there's really two key characteristics that make grass courts unique. The first is that grass is by far the fastest playing surface that you can play on. It's a slippery surface where the ball tends to skid more and just fly through the air, and because of this, you'll typically see faster shots on grass, faster serves, and faster ground stroke speeds because there's less resistance. Contrast that to clay, where the ball bounces and tiny particles of clay get stuck to the ball with every bounce. You can imagine why grass is the fastest court surface. The other major factor with grass is the bounce of the ball, which tends to stay extremely low to the ground. Not a very big bounce. Rarely does the ball get high up in the strike zone of players like on other surfaces. We're not dealing with a hard concrete or a bouncy clay surface. Grass is very soft, so because of this, we see a much lower and inconsistent bounce on grass courts. Don't expect the ball to get to shoulder level very consistently. So again, super quick playing surface plus a low bounce of the ball. What does that mean for overall playing style, and which kind of players have advantages and disadvantages on grass? Well, number one, because of these factors, big servers tend to play their best tennis on grass. If you can pump the first serve consistently in the 130s or 140s like Roddick and Isner, or if you can place your serve with extreme precision like Sampras or Federer, that's a massive advantage on grass. There's so much less time for your opponent to react to the serve on grass. It becomes that much more potent of a weapon. For example, legendary server John Isner had a career ace percentage of over 24% on grass, so almost one of every 4 points was an ace. Compare that to Isner's career ace percentage on clay, which goes down to a relatively pedestrian 18%. That proves there that grass an aiding factor to all great servers. Number two, not just serves though, but ground strokes as well. Everything quicker on grass with the court speed and low ball bounce. It's so much easier to hit a clean winner on grass compared to clay. Serve plus one, crucial on grass. There's far less long rallies, which produces a brand of tennis that's much less taxing or grueling comparatively. This favors players with big groundies that can end points quickly. The inverse of this is that baseline players whose strengths are found in stamina and consistency and error-free tennis, they're at a slight disadvantage on grass compared to redliners that can hit you off the court and take the racket completely out of your hands. In addition, grass court tennis also more suited to players with expert volleying skills and a soft touch at the net. With that low bounce, if you can execute a deft volley at the net, that's an easy way to end points quickly. Serve and volley tennis also much more prevalent on grass. This is when you serve and then immediately follow that shot up with a volley. Your opponent has less time to react and a tougher strike zone on grass, so volleying becomes imperative on the surface. The last thing I want to mention is that movement is very unique on grass. It's not a stable surface like hard court. It tends to be soft and slippery, especially when it's worn down. You'll see a lot of players at Wimbledon slip and fall on the grass, especially in the second week of the tournament when the grass gets even shorter. So it's a surface that requires players to use lightning quick reflexes and shorter strides for stability. The split step before ground strokes is key, but otherwise, grass, again, better for big servers. It's better for players with big ground strokes and maybe a less physical game. Also better for great volleyers and players with nimble and agile footwork. Thanks a lot for watching my grass court explained video. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. Let me know. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media and give me a thumbs up for more sports content. Cheers.